僕外国人にも3回とか普通に誘ってるから友達、めっちゃしつこいやつやと思われてるってこと？
Probably yes!
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, so in Japan, you just call them, right? And it's like totally acceptable and it's expected, right? But in America and Canada, if you were to call them, it kind of be like,
Oh my god, who is this guy think he is? Yeah, that's a little kind of
Dude, it's like when you slurp noodles, you get a lot of airflow with your hot food, right? So it cools it down simultaneously as you eat it.
You're right!
今日はアメリカでは絶対にしてはいけない日本人が普通にしていることを話してみるよ。
Let's find out!
こんにちは、全人類と友達になる男もミスターウジです。そして
North America, boom! This...
ノースアメリカじゃないアナです。
Aaron.
ノースアメリカ
That's why we need you all the time!
ノースアメリカ言わない。今日のテーマはアメリカでは絶対にしてはいけない日本人が普通にしていること。
What? You guys do things normally that we do not? Whoa!
いや、事前に打ち合わせしてるからね。
I have no idea what this is.
バイロン、アメリカ人。
イエーイ！
バイロンと話してると、いや日本人これ普通にやってるけど、
はい
アメリカでやったらえらいことになるよと。
おー！
あんたが言ったよ。えらいことになるよという話をね、この前してたので、今日は何をしたらいけないのかアメリカで。
Well, there's a lot of things.
Please teach us, Byron Sensei.
There's a lot of things.
っていうのを今日はね聞いていきたいと思います。アメリカに今から行きたいなと思ってる日本人の方ももうぜひ見てほしいし、はい今日はバイロン先生にねいろいろ教えてもらいながら、まあヨーロッパとかあとはカナダって一緒なのかっていう話もしていきたいと思います。それでは行ってみましょう。
So, in Japan, if you're at a restaurant, you know, you're given your table or whatever, you're given a seat, they give you the menu, and they're like, when you want to order, please, you'll do this, right? And so you look through the menu, and then you call them, "Sumimasen," and they come over to you, and they take your order.
That!
Right? And
It's normal.
You can yell it, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you can really, you can really belt it, and it's like totally fine, right?
Yeah.
But then in Canada, probably the same in America too, right? The restaurant culture is quite a bit different. And so if you're at a restaurant, you want to order something, you have to wait for the waiter to come to you for you to order.
どういうこと？
You wait on the waiter.
So you wait, yeah, so what the hell is that, right?
Yeah.
テレパシーでも使ってんの？
So,
Come to me, come to me.
so say the four of us are out at a restaurant, right?
Yeah.
At some bar and grill place.
You guys ready to
downtown.
eat?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, let's call a waiter over here. Okay.
Yeah, and we just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Okay, wait, I think he's looking at me. Wait,
待
just
って
wait,
待って、でもさ、どうやってウェイターはあの人はウェイターを待ってるなって気づくわけ？
We either raise your hand or
Raise your
we
hand.
close the menu.
Close the menu, or wait.
Or
Everyone starts
looking
like
around.
looking
Yeah.
around like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
あ、目でってこと？
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can look at them, or like I guess the skill I suppose of a waiter or a server is like to be aware of the situation, right? Read their body language. If they're really looking down like this, oh, they're probably still deciding.
I mean, a waiter or a waitress has a specific section of the restaurant that they're in
Yeah.
charge of, right? So then you'll have to always refer to your waiter. Like it's like, oh, that's our waiter. She's gonna
Yeah.
take our order.
Yeah.
But in Japan, it's just like you just call it anybody.
Anyone's fine.
Anyone's fine.
それ他のウェイター使ったらどうなるの？
Just one sec. Let me get your.
Let me get your waiter for you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
それ
yeah,
は
yeah.
あ、チップだからってこと？もしかして。
Yes, exactly. That's
That's the problem.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
that's the problem. Yeah.
他の人にサーブされたら残したチップをどっちのものにするかが分かんなくなるからワンカスタマーワンスタッフみたいな感じなの。
Right. It's already decided at the beginning who your waiter is going to be, so you're going to tip that person anyway,
Right.
even though another person's helping you.
Yeah.
They're just not going to be as friendly to you. Yeah. The waiter's going to be like, "Oh, hi, how are you guys doing?" You call another waiter. "Oh yeah, let me get
Yeah, so one second, yeah.
Daphne for you over
Yeah,
here."
yeah. The thing is, like a lot of times, like there's a host, right, that brings you to your table,
Yeah.
and then you have a server come and help you afterwards, right? And usually the server will be like, "Hey, my name is so and so. I'll be your server tonight.
Right.
Can we start with some drinks?" And then you get some drinks, blah blah blah, right? But if that person doesn't come to you, you have to wait until they come.
You have to wait until that
Yeah.
person comes to you.
So
Yeah.
you have to wait on the waiter. What the hell is that?
Wait on the waiter.
Wait on the waiter.
I'm the waiter at this point.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So in Japan, you just call them, right? And it's like totally acceptable and it's expected, right? But in America and Canada, if you were to call them, it kind of be like, just you wait a moment. Like I'll be right there in a second.
Right, exactly. Like if I raise my hand, excuse me.
And that seems
that
really
voice.
aggressive.
It's really aggressive, and then it would be like, oh my god, who is this? Who does this guy think he is? Yeah, that's a little kanji. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like a bad customer kind of.
It's like someone who like can't be patient. You know how like like
yeah.
bimbo no ashi on the train.
貧
Yeah,
乏
it's
な
like
貧乏ゆすりな
yeah, bimbo yusuri. Yeah, bimbo yusuri. It's kind of that same feeling
yeah,
where the
patient child.
impatient.
Right.
Yeah. Like you're in the bathroom and then you're like dancing like this.
Yeah. I can't wait.
I can't wait. I need to go. I need to go. I need to go. That's the same kind of feeling that you're.
え、これどうなんルーマニアは
I feel like in Romania, you don't really get the chance to say excuse me that much, but it's okay. They just come to you real quickly, you know. They do their job properly. I feel like lately, usually at restaurants, you just have the button to call the waiter.
Oh,
sure.
right.
Yeah.
So you
But I
know,
feel like that wouldn't be a thing in the U.S. and Canada, would it?
It is for Asian restaurants, like
Oh.
Korean barbecue restaurants.
Yeah.
でもあれやねなんか空気読まなさそうなアメリカ人が頑張って空気読まないといけないけど
思った。
アメリカ人はねいや知らねえよって感じじゃん
Yeah. Aren't you supposed to be like a super direct language? Like, why can't you say directly,
よ
stuff directly in this one particular scenario?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
really strange.
You
So,
pick and
yeah.
choose, I guess.
Right? Yeah. You know, there's this saying like customer's always right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like why in this situation are customers not right for calling their server over to them, right?
Actually, like if you have a complaint about the food, do you usually say it in Japan like directly? Hey, let's say that like I don't know, someone forgot to wash your sake cup and it tastes like shit. Like, would you say anything?
すいませんこれなんか汚れてるみたいなんですけど
Oh, okay. So it's approached in a very kind of like non-aggressive way.
So.
I would go like, excuse me, this tastes weird. Like, can you go check it for me? We would say that. Like,
I
we
think
would
there's
say,
something in this.
there's
right?
probably something in this. There's a bug in this. Yeah.
そういえば僕子供の時さアメリカ人は
No.
スタッフとかウェイターを呼ぶ時はイメージは
Oh my god. 映画見すぎや
And the guy in like a black and white suit comes over. Yes, master.
ジェームズ・ボンドしかやってないそれ
それやったらダメってこと
Yeah, if you do this, like, who the is this guy? 何それこいつ
Yeah, that's by accident one time. So I was talking to a friend, and I was like looking over here, and the bar was over here, and I accidentally did this, and he was like, "Bro, do not do that."
Oh my
And I was like,
god!
"Oh, didn't mean to. I'm really sorry."
Oh my
I'm really sorry.
goodness! Yeah, this is very rude.
Don't do
は
that.
いみんな気をつけてくださいもう僕だけかなそう次
In America, right? So first thing, regarding cars, can you turn on a red light in Japan? Like, let's say that there's a corner right here, and it's red light. Can you make this turn in Japan? Is that okay? Yeah, you can't make that turn. In America, if you stop at the red light, come to a full stop, then you can turn on the red light.
Yeah. But most of the time, they just kind of go. They go, slow down, and then they go, right.
And we call that a California roll. California roll! There's a term for everything, man. Yeah.
本当に
Yes.
コーナーがあって車来てこれでここ信号赤でしょ
Aka, full stop.
うん
嘘
嘘いけんの
Yeah. That's legal. That's legal. California roll, illegal. Illegal, okay? Legal, full stop, turn.
Then go. Because you have to check, right?
Right.
Stop, check. There you go.
Turn, yeah.
なるほどね一回止まらないといけないってこと
Yes. Yeah. In the States, it's really bad. Depending if you are a pedestrian or a driver, we have a terminology called no cop, no stop. So you check around for cops. Is there a cop? Doesn't matter. Don't even look at the signal. Just look if there's a cop. That's the only one upholding the law. And if there's no cop, you don't have to stop. Just go. Just go. But if they catch you, you will get a ticket, whether or not you are a pedestrian or a driver.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm always scared in Japan because there's like a cop. I'm like, oh, I'm upholding the law, sir. Yeah. I don't want to get a ticket.
多分ちゃんと言えば罰金取られるんだと思うけど、多分警察の方も優しいから今渡っちゃダメだよって言ってやめたらもう注意だけじゃないかなとは思う正直。
Oh my goodness.
アメリカとかカナダは
Cops have a quota
Yeah.
to meet.
They had to make a certain amount of, not arrests, but they had to charge a certain amount of people for fines
Yeah.
every month. So for example, if they, in 1 month, they need to have 100 tickets for this type of offense.
For an
right?
example. Yeah, if they don't, then you'll get like, I don't know, a B- on like your progress report. Like, oh, this cop's not doing his job very well.
Yeah.
For example, Irvine, California, notoriously one of the safest places in America, there is a cop always at University Drive who just waits because he's in a blind spot. You can't see him, but if you don't come to a full stop at that red light, he will ticket you because that has nothing else better to do other than to ticket you because no crimes ever happen.
Nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do. Just ticket people who stop at red lights, who don't stop at red lights. Pedestrians or cars.
まあ日本もアメリカも同じような状況だから彼らも仕事でやってるやりたくてやってる
Ah, right,
それ
right,
ね
right.
はい、もう渡ってるところ見られたら 100% 罰金取られるってこと
If they look, yeah, they catch you.
もう歩いててもダメなの
Yes.
でアメリカではしてはいけないことね、まあ、日本人ももちろん基本はしてないよ、赤信号を渡っちゃいけないよってことです、次
Okay, so another thing in America, all right, so get this. You make plans with somebody, right? And then you go like, hey, let's have a spontaneous kind of like bros trip to, I don't know, the club. Like, let's go, man. And then it's like, and if you say like,
Oh yeah, bro, I want to go.
oh, okay, sure, I'll go. Then Aaron will definitely show up at what, maybe 7, maybe a little bit
Yeah.
late.
But
then
I'll definitely go.
he'll definitely go. Yeah, he says, I'll go.
Okay.
In Japan, if you're like, hey man, do you want to go clubbing sometime? And then, your friend says, hey, ikitai. That means to me, oh, he definitely wants to go. I'll see you at the club at 7:30.
But in reality, it's like the percentage that he'll actually go, maybe 25%.
Right, exactly. And then I see him at a club and then I get offended. I'm just like, what the heck? You said you wanted to go. So what's up with that?
まず聞きたいのは、行きたくないときはどうするわけまず
Nah, I don't want to go to that.
言うんだ、
Yeah, it's like, that's not really my thing.
Yeah.
Can we do something else?
You're going to this new club that opened up. Want to go? I don't know. Lately, I'm not really into clubs these days.
Right. Do you want to go to this instead? And you have like another suggestion. Like you can't keep like rejecting. You have to bring another suggestion, and then that would probably be like plausible.
だからまず日本人は行きたくない場合でも行きたくないってあんまり言わないで、
Right.
あ、いいねいいねクラブ楽しそうクラブ行くの行くいいね行かないその後になんかちゃんとした日にちが決まったらさすがに行くよ
Right.
でだから行きたいだけだったら多分まだ行くって決まってなくて、その実際にじゃあ明日の8時にここなって言われたらもうさすがにじゃあ行くかいや明日はちょっとになる
Okay.
どういうことアメリカではどうなるのもう最初の一言でもう行きたいか行きたくないかが大体わかる
Right. Like whether you express interest or not, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, let me check my schedule first. That's what I always say. Like,
Yeah,
let me check
yeah.
my schedule first, and then I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
But then I will get back to you,
Yeah.
whether or not if I want to go or not.
Yeah.
日本だったらその行きたいかどうか聞いてなんか興味ある感じに見えるからスケジュール調べてじゃあ明日どうって言ったら、行きたくないから明日は無理やなこれが多分ね何回もやって3回目くらいにこの人興味ないんだろうなってなって
You have to like,
もう誘うのやめるみたいな
You have to do it 3 times? Is that the magic number?
まあ
Is that
大体
Oh, okay, so I didn't realize that. Yeah, for me it's like one and done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but it's like if you don't want to go the first time, I get it, bro. You don't want to hang out with me.
Yes.
Yeah,
そうなっちゃうんだ
Yeah, it's like, alright, okay, alright, you're too
Yeah,
busy
yeah.
for me, you're too cool for me.
Or like it's on them now, right? So for
The ball's
example,
in their court.
Yeah,
こ
example.
っちから言わないといけない
Yeah.
Yes.
So this can apply to like dating or friends or whatever, right? So say for example, me and Byron are going on a date, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
まあまあまあ OK
Yo, Byron, let's go lift tomorrow. What do you say?
Yeah, let's go, man. Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, all right. What time you want to go?
Like 3.
Like 3. Okay, all
Yeah.
right. Let's go. 3 o'clock sounds good. We've made plans. Okay,
Made plans,
We're gonna
yeah.
go.
We're gonna
Okay, we're gonna go. But if you're like no, or you're like I'm busy that day or whatever, I don't ask you the next time. Like you have to ask me.
そうなの
Yeah.
でもデートとかでも例えば男からまあじゃあアナに明日ご飯行かないって言って誘うとするじゃん明日はちょっとって言われて もう次こっちから誘わないの？
Well, like, it's kind of like しつこい isn't it? To like,
Yeah.
何回何回。
あー
でも日本は多分2回3回ギリギリいけると思う。
I guess,
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
どう？アメリカは
Well,
もう
okay, I guess like if you ask this time and if they don't give an alternative, like I'm busy that day, but how about this day? If they don't say like I'm this day,
Yeah.
then it's kind of like, well, you clearly aren't, into it.
Exactly,
Right.
exactly. We give like one pass, and then now you have to pass the ball back to me and give me like another date that you're free if you're interested. If you're not, then you'll never contact me.
女の子の話になるけど男から誘う時に、女の子って基本日本人結構受け身だから、なんかじゃあこの日はって返してくる人の方がなんか少ないイメージがある僕の中で。
I think that's why it's a bit difficult, right? Sometimes like
いやそう
to date, right?
空気読まないといけないから、
Yeah.
日本人でもいやこれ
どういう意味やろうね。
ってなる。
Yeah.
行きたいの行きたくないのみたいなのが
あー
分かんないからとりあえずしつこく誘ってあもう無理だなって3回目くらいに諦めるみたいな。
I guess it's that idea, right? Two times is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern.
All right, so I'm gonna do that for everything from now on with inviting Japanese people. I'm gonna do it 3 times in 3 different ways. Yeah, just to make sure.
Yeah.
僕外国人にも3回とか普通に誘ってるから友達、めっちゃしつこいやつやと思われてるってことね。
Probably yes.
あ、じゃあ逆に聞きたいんだけど、say you're sneezing and you got a bunch of boogers, right? What do you do with them? Okay, that's biased. In Japan, right? Like you're supposed to just keep it in, like
Oh, I see.
you do this thing, right?
はいはいはい。
If you do that in Europe, that's considered very strict because like you're making an unpleasant noise.
True.
You're supposed to just take out your tissue, blow your nose and put it back, and that's it. That's what you're supposed to do in Europe.
Oh yeah, Japanese people don't really blow
Yeah.
their nose,
Yeah,
huh?
But-
Yeah.
But like in Japan, it's the other way around. If you do the European way and you blow your nose inside the train in Japan, that's considered unpolite.
Isn't it just nice to let all the
Impolite.
boogies out?
It's kind of more comfortable though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's more like a public thing, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're in a home, you're free to do it.
Right.
いやこれ難しいな。一番はもちろん鼻を噛む。でも人前でやるのはあんまり良くなくて、なんかちょっとトイレとかに行ってって噛んでからもうみんなの前に来るっていうのが一番いいかな。
Oh.
でそれはもちろん一番良くて、で2番目はで鼻をすするってやることで、その次にみんなの前で鼻をはーってやるのがいいかな。あんまりみんなが見てるところでこうやってはーって、やらない方がベターかなみたいな感情があ
I see. Okay.
る。でなんかそのはーってやるじゃん。このティッシュがさ、これどうしようってなるから。
Pocket.
Pocket, yeah.
ポケット。
Fold. Pocket.
なんか汚そう。
In Japan, right, kafunsho, like the season, right, it's like very terrible. It affects so many people, right? So during that time, you just like suffer and gamon, just
人前で鼻をってやっちゃダメってことね。
Okay, so another thing that you can't really do, well, I couldn't really do as a kid, was when I have any sort of noodles, I can't make a slurping noise. Because every time I make a big hand would come at the back of my head and BAM! Don't do that! I'm like, why? I'm just rude.
this comes from your parents.
Yeah, from my mom. Yeah.
Really?
Sorry. And then in Japan, it's like, oh, I cut the noodles with my teeth.
Yeah.
And they're like, why do you eat the noodles like that?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Just
well,
slurp it up.
Yeah. You can do that. Everybody's like slurping it. I'm just like, I can do this now. I can see clearly now the rain.
Yeah, honestly. Liberating.
Exactly.
僕
Yeah.
も子供の時にパスタをこうやって「あー」って食べてしたらお母さんが後ろからパーンってトマトがここにピチャーン
Oh no! Well, in Japan, right? If you take the bowl, let's say you're having miso soup, and then you can just do this, right? In America, I've seen it so many times where someone goes, "Where's my spoon?" I'm like, "This is your freaking spoon. Just drink it from the bowl." Yeah, nobody really brings the plate up to their mouth and eats like that.
でご飯食べる時に2個あってってこと1個はっていう音を立てちゃいけないっていうのと手に持って 食べないでしょってこと、
Yeah, yeah. You don't bring things up to your mouth because that's
なる
considered
ほど
rude.
ね。それどんなイメージやろ？例えばパスタとかをで時々日本人で食べてる人いるのよ、それアメリカでやったらどうなる？
What a rude ass. Like, I don't want to hear the mouth noises you make.
Which I find really hard to even imagine that because I always grew up slurping noodles, whatever it is,
Yeah.
spaghetti, ramen, whatever,
Oh.
right?
I think people just don't like the noise. It just sounds like.
Which I find really weird though. Because
Yeah.
eating is like a human function.
Yeah.
Which I find like it's so strange because like people come together to eat, right? You're bound to run into like weird bodily noises, right? That when you're going to eat, right? So like you're supposed to like just eat in silence, just like I don't know, like what are you
Very
supposed to do?
dainty, yeah. Just like bring noodles and then bite the noodles, let them fall gently
Yeah.
onto your plate and.
very yeah, very odd.
でも体も一応良くないんでしょ？
そうだね. But like, I grew up in like a somewhat Japanese environment, like at home, right?
お母さん日本人だしね。
So. And so like whenever we had like udon or whatever, we'd always just be really loud, right? And eat it that way, right? And so I thought that was normal, right? And so I would go to my friend's house to eat pasta.
Oh.
And I'd be like, oh, sick, pasta! And like, they wouldn't say anything, because I feel like it's a very Canadian thing to kind of like, to think about something but not necessarily say it.
Yeah.
But they looked at me like,
Oh my god.
Maybe they like amp it up a bit more, like, see, Aaron, this is how you do it.
Right.
Without saying anything, right? But then there's a sense of defiance that comes from that, though, right? Because like for me, it's like, no, that may be how you eat noodles. But the way I do it is very efficient and it's very,
Right.
yeah, it's the way to do it.
Yeah,
Right?
now that I realize it, I don't want to put like these tiny little strands of noodles in my mouth,
Right.
you know?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really hard to pick up with my fork. I'd
Right.
rather put the whole noodle in my mouth.
The other thing too is that like when you slurp noodles, you get a lot of airflow with your hot food, right? So it cools it down simultaneously as you eat it.
You're
This
right.
show?
You're right. Oh my
Right?
God, I've never thought about that before.
That's the reason
that
why
makes so much
Right,
sense.
because a lot of people will be like, yeah, I have my white friends to go eat ramen or whatever, right? And they're like, oh, it's too hot. I can't eat it. It's like just that's what you slurp,
Oh
right?
my
So
God.
you can eat it really quickly, right? Because the whole nature of ramen, for example, you go to these ramen stalls, you buy a ticket, and you're in and out there in 10 minutes, kind of thing, right? And so if you can't eat quickly, if you don't slurp, it's going to take you a long time to do it, right? People are going to line up and you're going to be really mad about it.
Yeah. Oh, that makes so much sense. You can eat so much faster.
こんなにラーメンってすることを言葉にした人いないと思う。
So you have to properly analyze the reason why.
I've never analyzed that before. That's great. What about in Romania? Do it like if you slurp like your food?
We also have the thing, the slurping is dame in Romania, right? But we don't really eat noodles. But what happens a lot is, what a lot of kids do is they slurp the soup.
Okay.
That's okay
Yeah.
though.
Which is probably really
No,
odd, right?
it's not.
It's not okay.
Oh, never mind.
You have to eat it with a spoon? Like what do you do? Like what do you do?
Because kids often would do that. Like I would do that when I was a kid because the spoon is a bit too big for your mouth more often than not.
Right.
So you end up just right from the spoon. And when you do that, your mom with the wooden spoon just gets on your hand. It's like no, damn it, and
So
just
we were all hit.
slap the hell
so
out
we were
of
all
your
hit.
hand.
Yeah, we're all hit. Okay.
I see.
みんな叩かれてる。
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're supposed to like take it and like put the spoonful in your mouth and like even if you slurp it, you try to slurp it so delicately so that it doesn't make any sound. Because like the sound is the problem. You take it from the corner and you let the soup flow into your mouth
There's actually a
directly
technique to this.
through gravity, right?
アメリカではスープ飲むときには OK なの。
Yeah, for some reason.
Yeah.
ああ
Yeah.
そうなんだ。
Yeah,
でそれヨーロッパはダメなの。
ダメ。
面白い。
本当にダメ。
お皿を手に持って食べたらどんなイメージ？
You're a kid.
You're a kid. Yeah,
You're a
yeah.
kid and you want to get out of there as soon as you can, so
Yeah.
you go play with.
じゃあこれもデートの時はやめた方がいいよね。
But the thing is, though, I think in Japan, though, because washoku has like all these different dishes, right? The dishes are small, so you can hold it with
Yeah.
your mouth, right? But like in America, just one big, huge thing, right? So on a big plate, you have like your rice, you have your meat, blah blah blah, right? And then from there you eat it, right? So you can't really. It's kind of unwieldy to have
Yeah.
this huge thing.
でもそれしたから今筋肉そんなモリモリなんじゃない？
Yeah, no, it's not that. You guys 10 reps before dinner time. Yeah.
Side note about Japanese eating, which Fuji has pointed out when I eat so many times. You know how like if you have like washoku, right? You're supposed to like get pieces from every single plate and like everything just like goes at a smaller amount at the same time. But there's so many times where I'm just like, oh look, tsukemono, and I would just eat all of them. At
Oh,
once.
one at a time.
Yeah, one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. But then I started noticing everybody around me doesn't do that shit. So I'm like, oh, I get one from each section, like a buffet every single time. And I've been very, very just mindful of like how I eat. So like, why is that a thing?
あれはね、三角食べって言って、これちょっと食べたら、これちょっと食べて、これちょっと食べて、これちょっと食べるみたいなのをやった方が、だから美味しいし、健康にもいいみたいなイメージがみんなある。
Oh, that's why no one's fat in Japan.
Because they eat in a triangle.
Yes.
Well, it probably forces you to slow down, right?
Yeah, it slows it down so you have more time to like digest the food.
Yeah. Because you know that's that statistic somehow. It's like it takes 20 minutes for your stomach to feel full or something like that.
Yeah.
So if you eat for about that time, like you will feel full even with a little bit of food kind of thing. As opposed to like if you eat a ton really quickly, you can still eat a lot more food, right? Because your stomach hasn't caught up to it.
Right.
Well, that might just be absolute bro science, but who knows?
はい、ということで今日はアメリカでは絶対してはいけない日本人がしていることについてバイロン先生に教えてもらいました。何これ？
メガネ。
あ、どうだった？
どうだった？
どうだった
そっちやろ。
すごいね、勉強になったの今回。やっぱり日本の言葉で郷にいれば郷に従えっていう言葉があって、もう知ってる？
Of course, yeah, do as Romans do.
まあ日本だからもちろんってやるけど、アメリカ行ったらそれはアメリカのルールにね従って生活した方がいいから、それ知っとくのは全然ね、なんかすごいいいことだなと思いました。他にもね、皆さんが知ってる日本人が普通にするけどアメリカではやっちゃダメだよとか、その逆とかね、よくアメリカ人がすることとかあったらコメント欄まで書いてください。
Blow your nose, everyone! In the train! So I can do it. Yeah.
それでは次の動画でまたお会いしましょう。バイバイ。チャンネル
お願いします。